thing I see about dreams is people want to achieve the American dream. They want to own their own home. Many people are tired of renting. Many people are tired of living with roommates. Many people are tired of living with their parents, and they want to get that first property and start building equity, start building real estate wealth. And it comes with two parts. Number one is the emotion. Man, I'm really cramped in my space and I want more space, right? I really want a place for myself and my dog, myself and my spouse and my dog, myself and my spouse and my dog and my kids, right? So it's an emotional journey, but it's also a financial journey. And a lot of people look at home ownership as a way to build wealth, as a way to build equity. And it absolutely is. It can be one of the best ways to build wealth that's known in the United States. But the plans are often the complicated part. Hey, I really want to own a home. I really want a yard for my dog. I really want to build real estate wealth, but I don't know how. And that's what we're going to talk about today. And that part, that plans trickles over to the frustrations. I don't know where to start. And I hear this a lot. And it just breaks my heart sometimes that folks are like, Joe, I really want to buy a house. I don't even know what to do. Hey, no problem. Guess what? I know what to do, and Beth knows what to do. So if you don't know what to do, you're in the right spot, because we're going to teach you, we're going to show you, and we're going to make sure you know how to get in touch with us so we can show you exactly that plan and help you get over those frustrations.
Absolutely. When my husband and I were just getting started, we thought we'd talk to a realtor. And he said, well, you're not ready yet. Call me when you're ready. But he didn't tell us what ready was. And that
so disheartening. So disheartening.
So unnecessary. But let's look at some success stories, because these are three different groups of first-time home buyers who made it happen in different ways. The traditional way of going and putting 20% down, or as my grandparents had to do, 50% down. Incredible. The loan structures have all changed over time. But let's look at these three groups. The first is with a lot of leverage. The first step is frugality. What does that mean? That means save and budget and plan and really be careful. Saving your money, kind of like a good squirrel, if you will. And you can get extra leverage if you work with family or you work with friends. Next door, we've got a couple of people in their 20s, their mid-20s, living with their folks, saving money so that they can have money for their down payment. The folks I'm going to focus on right now are Tony and Leela and their family. Tony and Leela had a dream to buy a house. I met them before they even had kids, and then they had a kid. And then life happened. And then they had another kid, and they're still living with her parents. And they want to buy a house. And it just has been so frustrating for them. We worked together for 4 years before they were able to put pieces together. And in that time, his mom and dad started having problems and needed a lot of help. And so they found a solution that was creative and worked for all of them. So we'll get into their story a little bit later. Lots of leverage. The second example is William. William decided not to go to college. It did not make sense for him to do that. So he took money that had been saved and saved it. He lived very frugally with his parents again. And then when we started looking at houses, he's going, I don't like this stuff. I don't like this handyman stuff where they don't even know how to lay tile properly. It was really frustrating him. He said, I want it done right. So we looked at some new builds and he said, oh, that's what I want. So I'll tell you his story, because it was a different process for him than it was for Tony and Leela. And then the third is a house hack. And this is Jamie. Jamie was really tired of renting. And she wanted to grow professionally and build her wealth. She figured she wasn't ever going to get married, so she better do it on her own. And we looked at things and we figured out how to do a house hack. A house hack is where she bought a condo and she rents out a room. And that has made it so that her costs have been kept really low, and they were cheaper, much cheaper than her renting. So she's doing well with that one. But anyway, we've got 1, 2, and 3 different ways of doing a non-traditional buy that has worked for people. So we'll weave their stories in as we go along.